Star Trek Picard has killed off a major character from the show. The character had grown to become a fan favorite through the seasons, and fans are having a hard time accepting his fate. Here's everything we know. First up, a fan favorite character killed off. The stoic Romulan warrior Elnor is one of the most impressionable of Jean-Luc Picard's new companions he gathers after stepping down from active service with Starfleet. Elnor, who was introduced in Picard Season 1 as a kid, befriended the famed Starfleet officer when the Romulans fled into Federation space after Romulus was destroyed. Elnor then reappeared in Picard's life as an adult over a decade later and became a key member of Picard's new ensemble. However, as Picard Season 2 progresses, Elnor seems to have met his death in a brutal battle in another universe. Next, the return of Q. In his most recent challenge to Picard, the almighty Q reappeared and altered history to create a divergent timeline in which the United Federation of Planets was replaced by the Confederation of Earth. This totalitarian tyranny set out to dominate the cosmos, eliminating and subjugating any alien race that crossed their way. This included the Romulan Star Empire, with Elnor among the aliens imprisoned in the slums of Earth's largest cities. Frustrated by the Confederation's ruthless persecution, Elnor was a significant player in a rebel organization carrying out terrorist acts throughout the world until the Prime Timeline's Elnor gained possession of his body. Picard assisted his companions in regaining their bearings in this alternate timeline, including freeing Elnor from Confederation officials after he was jailed following a brazen attack. The gang managed to flee with the Borg Queen in order to return back in time and reverse what Q had done, but they were hunted by the Confederation and its cruel first magistrate. The magistrate brought his colleagues on board Chris Rios' sailboat, La Sirena, and shot Elnor. Elnor died in Raffi's arms in the ship's sickbay, despite the fact that the Confederation pursuers were destroyed and La Sirena successfully sailed back in time. Now, the possibility for Elnor's revival still exists. With Elnor no longer alive, Raffi and her companions have an even stronger incentive to restore their chronology, with Raffi and Agnes Jurati hypothesizing that doing so will revive Elnor. With actor Evan Evagora labeled as a series regular, Elnor may get a fresh lease on life before Q is outwitted this time around, rather than sitting on the sidelines for most of the season. Q does not entirely disappear from Picard's time-traveling experience, reappearing briefly to tease his longtime foe and remind him of the stakes. Q might similarly restore Elnor with a flick of his fingers, adding a fresh wrinkle to Picard's continuing task. Another option is that Elnor will be brought back to life by the Borg Queen, who is still alive and well on board the La Sirena, but under restriction. The Queen had already proven crucial in determining the cause of the temporal divergence and assisting the ship in calculating the precise trajectory required to properly arrive in the past. The Queen might utilize her sophisticated technology to mend and restore Elnor's body in sickbay, in yet another attempt to earn Picard's confidence as they strive towards a common objective. Elnor had just made history by becoming the first full-blooded Romulan to enroll in Starfleet Academy prior to Q's meddling. Q cut short this career, followed by the expert Romulan warrior's life in a futile attempt to escape and reverse oppression. Elnor's death has spurred Picard and his new crew into action, reminding them of the personal stakes involved in re-establishing the chronology, but the Romulan swordsman may not be dead for long. Next, Elnor's death helps smooth out the Coat-Milot plotline. Elnor, played by Evan Evagora, died in Star Trek Picard Season 2, Episode 3. However, his leaving, which may only be temporary, serves to resolve a problem with his character from Star Trek Picard Season 1. When Elnor and his Confederation soldiers board the La Sirena, the magistrate kills him with a phaser at the commencement of Assimilation. The young Romulan dies as a result of his injuries, and his surrogate parents, Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, and Raffi Musiker, Michelle Hurd, grieve his passing. Elnor's untimely demise also implies that the Romulan warrior nuns will no longer have a role in Star Trek Picard Season 2. Michael Chabon, the showrunner of Star Trek Picard Season 1, created the Coat-Milot and the malevolent Zhat Vash. The Coat-Milot were virtually the polar opposite of the Zhat Vash, a radical section of the Tal Shiar secret police. The sword-wielding Coat-Milot vary from typical Romulans in that they practice absolute candor and freely express their thoughts. The Coat-Milot likewise only attach their swords to lost causes, taken in by a band of warrior women. Although the Coat-Milot are women, Elnor was adopted into their fold and educated as a warrior after being orphaned during the Romulans' departure after their son went supernova. Elnor and the Coat-Milot also befriended Jean-Luc Picard, who had known the young male Romulan ninja since he was a kid. Overall, the Coat-Milot are a part of the Romulan mythos modifications established by Star Trek Picard. Elnor had already moved away from the Coat-Milot before his demise in Season 2 on Star Trek Picard. Elnor was acknowledged as the first entirely Romulan cadet at Starfleet Academy when Season 2 of Star Trek Picard began. When the Borg Queen, Annie Wershing, assaulted the u.s.s Stargazer and almost absorbed an entire Starfleet armada, Cadet Elnor was stationed at the u.s.s Excelsior with his guardian, Commander Raffi Musiker. Next, the Coat-Milot don't belong in the season. Elnor ended up joining his comrades among Picard Picard's motley crew after they were transferred into the drastically altered Confederation world by Q, John Delancey. With all of the time travel chaos Picard is now confronting in Season 2, there's no need for him to further explore Elnor as a member of the Coat Millat. The Coat Millat, as interesting as they are, do not fit into Star Trek Picard Season's 2 time travel tale to prevent the Confederation's horrible future from occurring. Meanwhile, the Coat Millat is shown better in Star Trek Discovery. The Romulan warrior nuns persist into the 32nd century and are members of the merged society of Vulcans and Romulans who now share Navarre, the new name for the Vulcans' home world. Furthermore, Gabrielle Burnham, Sonia Sohn, the mother of Captain Michael Burnham, Sonequa Martin Green, of the u.s.s. Discovery, is a member of the Coat Millat. Through the Burnhams, more effective study of the regulations and problems of being a Coat Millat has been displayed on Star Trek Discovery than their limited position in Star Trek Picard has enabled, despite the fact that the notion began on Picard. But hope is not lost. It's difficult to think Elnor is forever dead, and it's worth hoping that the young Romulan will be revived when Picard and his allies reset the chronology to the Star Trek Prime universe. With Soji, Isa Briones, also absent from the Confederation's dark reality, removing Elnor appears very improbable because it eliminates one of Star Trek Picard's youngest new characters. The Romulan warrior nuns, the Coat Millat, are a fascinating addition to Star Trek, but fans believe they were just not handled as well in Star Trek Picard as they were in Star Trek Discovery. Elnor's best future will be as a Starfleet officer, not as a member of the Coat Millat, if and when he returns in Star Trek Picard Season 2. Now, in related news, Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 makes an appearance on the show. According to a long-held urban legend, the creation of the mobile phone was inspired by communicators shown on Star Trek, the original series that debuted in 1966. That turned out to be false, which is a shame since genuine 21st century mobile gadgets appearing as props in a Trek spin-off in 2022 would have seemed like full circle. And for the second week in a row, that's exactly what we're getting as Star Trek Picard employs another Samsung foldable smartphone as a futuristic prop. The series recounts the travels of Star Trek The Next Generation captain turned admiral Jean-Luc Picard after he retires. It's only in its second season, and we've already seen a Samsung Galaxy Fold serve as a stand-in for one of the Trek universe's personal access display devices, or PADs. As it turns out, the prop department was only getting started, as Episode 3 uses a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 as a tricorder, a future device that scans the environment and records and analyzes data. Dr. Agnes Girardi, Alison Pill, uses the Flip 3 as a medical scanner, while Raffaella Raffi Musiker uses it on an away assignment. The crease in the center is plain, the front-facing camera is visible beneath the display, and the Z Flip's thinner bezels are all visible. Lastly, Leah Thompson directs 2 episodes on Star Trek. Leah Thompson is no stranger to cinematic time travel, so when the chance arose for the Back to the Future actor to direct 2 episodes of the current Star Trek Picard season, centered on the iconic sci-fi cliché, she knew it was really going to be something. Thompson directed the 3rd episode, Assimilated, in which the protagonists and the Borg Queen journey back to 2024 to correct a change in the chronology caused by Q, who wished to teach Jean-Luc a lesson. Thompson also directed Episode 4, although she remained tight-lipped about what to anticipate. That's a wrap for this video. Do you believe Elnor will be revived? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.